Hey friends, I'm glad you're here with me. I'm about to introduce you to one of your new favorite desserts, lemon cheesecake bars. They're perfect for any occasion. We'll make a graham cracker crust, a creamy lemon cheesecake filling. We're going to top it all with a homemade lemon curd that's really tangy and just brings that lemon flavor in. We'll garnish with a little bit of whipped cream, and I just want to tell you these come together very quickly. So grab a 13x9 dish, turn your oven to 350, and let's go. The first thing we need to do is make our graham cracker crust. We need 1 3/4 cups of crumbs, that's 170 grams. I'm gonna use my food processor. If you don't have one, you can put your graham crackers into a zipped bag and just zip it and then roll it with a rolling pin, kind of smash them up. You want fine crumbs. Or you can even buy graham cracker crumbs in a box at the store, which I think is magic. So I'm going to go ahead and start this in the food processor. This is the consistency that you're looking for, fine crumbs. The finer the crumbs, the sturdier your crust will be, and it'll just hold it together better. So you want to make sure you have nice fine crumbs. Okay, I'm going to measure out 1 3/4 cups. I have a little extra. I'm just going to set this aside. Okay, so we have our 1 3/4 cups of graham crackers. Now we're adding a 1/2 cup of melted butter in. This is 113 grams. And then a 1/4 cup of sugar, which is 50 grams. You just want to mix this all together till it's all moist. It'll look like wet sand. Now we want to put this into our 13x9 baking dish. I love the simplicity of a graham cracker crust, and at the same time, they are so yummy. All right, now I'm going to use the back of a measuring cup. I want to press this in. I'm going to use this size. Any flat surface, you just want to press this into the bottom of the dish. It doesn't really go up the sides. We're just making sure that the bottom is covered. Pressing it together helps just bind the crust together so that when you cut it and serve it, it stays together. Make one final little check. You just kind of want to scan and make sure that there aren't any holes. You want the crust to be a solid base for your filling to go on. So if you have any little holes, just kind of push them together with your fingers. This is very movable and flexible right now. So this is the time to catch anything like that. Once it's done, set this aside and we're going to go ahead and make our filling. The first thing we're going to do is cream our cream cheese and sugar together. This is 678 grams or 3 8-ounce packages. I want to just put this in the stand mixer or a large bowl if you're hand mixing. We'll cream this together for about 2 to 3 minutes or until it's smooth and you don't see any more cream cheese chunks in there. And we need 200 grams of sugar. So I'm going to use my scale. Pour the sugar into the bowl. I'm going to get this mixing. This is all at room temperature. This is looking nice and creamy. I'm going to go ahead and just scrape the bowl down. We want to make sure we're eliminating big chunks that sometimes linger on the beater or on the sides of the bowl or even in the bottom. So you always want to make sure you take extra care to scrape the bowl down. We're mainly keeping this on a low speed. We don't want to whip it because we want to make sure we're not introducing a bunch of air into this mixture. We want it to be we don't want air bubbles in the filling. Once we get it into the oven, we want it just to be nice and smooth. Okay, that should be good. We're gonna go ahead and add our next ingredients. We're adding 1 cup of sour cream, which is 227 grams. This is at room temperature. Again, everything is room temperature. Okay, now we're adding in 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is 5 milliliters. And then we're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of lemon extract, same thing, 5 milliliters. And I wanna say quickly, if for some reason you want to take this to a picnic or a party or something and you know that not everyone is a lemon lover, then you just leave the lemon extract out and you'll have beautiful cheesecake bars that you can just garnish any way that you would like. So now we want to get this mixing. Just put it on the stir. We're trying not to, again, we're not adding a bunch of air in, but we do need to get it incorporated. So while the sour cream and extracts are getting combined here, we're going to go ahead and put 3 eggs into a bowl. These are at room temperature. Then we're going to go ahead and add these eggs one at a time, allowing it just to incorporate. Once you see that yellow from the yolk starting to disappear, you can go ahead and add the second egg in. We don't want to overmix, but we definitely want to make sure that it is mixed in. We're adding the third egg. It's looking silky and creamy, shiny. I see some solid stuff lingering on the side of the bowl, so I'm going to go ahead and scrape that down. Again, we're looking for perfect smoothness, so any little chunks, we want to eliminate that. Give that one more spin. So it is all smooth, it's done, and it's time to put it into the baking dish. It's that easy, and it's ready to go in the oven. So we're gonna pour this right over our crust. Oh my gosh, this is creamy and beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and just smooth this out a little bit. So that it's level. So we're going to go ahead and put this into our oven for 45 to 50 minutes. When you check it, you want to just look at the center. It should still be slightly jiggly, almost set. Let's get it in the oven. While our cheesecake bars are baking, we're going to go ahead and make our homemade lemon curd. They can both cool together. The first thing you want to do is zest 3 lemons. You want to just, I'm zesting it right into the saucepan that we're going to be using. So you want to grab like a medium-sized saucepan and zest away. When you're zesting, you just want to get that bright yellow rind. You don't want to get into the white. If you just want to like graze over the edge and get the nice shiny yellow. The white is pith and it's bitter, so avoid that. So the lemons are now zested. This is where all the flavor is, in this zest. And it just adds such a powerful punch of lemon when you get that zest right into your mixture, so don't skip this step. We need 3/4 cup of lemon juice, which is 175 milliliters. I'm using a little hand juicer here. However you get there, we need the juice. We'll see if we have 3/4 cup here. Whoa, we just made it. All right, so we're gonna pour this right into our saucepan. Now we need 1¼ cups of sugar, that's 250 grams. We're gonna put that directly into the saucepan. This is gonna be so yummy. And now we need to add 5 eggs in. I'm not putting them directly in here just because of shells or anything like that. I just wanna make sure I'm getting 5 clean eggs, so I will just put them in one at a time. I'm doing a pinch of salt. Get that flavor and balance in there. So we have all the ingredients in here for a beautiful lemon curd. I do want to warn you, it does take 15 minutes. I probably should have said that on the front end, but it's so worth it. It is so, so yummy. Listen, we're home bakers. We don't run to the stores, so sometimes things take more than 15 or 20 minutes, but it's homemade. You want to go ahead and give this a really good stir. We want this to be nice and smooth. There's a lot going on in here. You can use a whisk. I did this the other day, and I just used this rubber scraper and it worked just fine. So you have to stir it continuously for 15 minutes. So whatever weapon you choose, whisk or rubber scraper, just settle in and be prepared. It takes a little bit of time. It will start boiling probably around the 10-minute mark. Regardless of when it starts boiling, you have to cook it for 15 minutes. So I'm just letting you know that now. I'm trying to just get the sugar to dissolve as much as I can. And then we're going to go ahead and put it on the heat. Okay. We're going to put this on medium heat and settle in for 15 minutes, stirring continuously. We're in the last couple of minutes, so we've got a nice rolling bubble here. There's big burps. It's nice. It's getting thick. This has boiled for 15 minutes, or at least cooked for 15 minutes. Now go ahead and remove it from the heat. This is done and ready to come out. The center is slightly jiggly. Done, done, done. Yay. So this is out of the oven now. I've got a lot going on here. I'm putting this here to cool. It needs to come to room temperature, and then we'll put that in the fridge for a little while. And we're going to finish our curd. We need to add 1½ sticks of butter. We're going to just do a couple tablespoons at a time. That's 169 grams. Room temperature, that's nice and soft. There's no real rushing this process. You want to stir it till it's incorporated, and then you'll add. Just keep going until you have it all in. Our lemon curd is done. We have all the ingredients in. Next, we're going to pour it through a fine mesh sieve. Don't skip this step. This is going to remove all of the lemon zest and any little particles of egg that didn't get dissolved, and the little bits of cooked egg will be in here. That's just part of the natural process. So you just want to make sure that you put it through a sieve to get all those little chunks out. And we have cooked the flavor from the zest into it, but we don't want the little chunks of zest in there. So this is what we do to finish it up, and then we'll put it in the fridge. Now what we have left is a nice, beautiful bowl of smooth, glossy lemon curd. I'm going to go ahead and cover it with plastic wrap. Push that right onto the surface. And we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for a couple of hours to cool. So the cheesecake bars and the lemon curd can cool together, and then we'll finish our process in a little bit. See you back here in a moment. So I'm super excited. The lemon bars are cool. The lemon curd is cool. I'm gonna go ahead and I took just a portion. The amount that we made was a lot, so I just set aside like probably 1.5 cups of this. I don't want to put all of the curd that we made on, so I'm gonna spread this on top, and then we'll cut it and have a piece. I'm making a mess. Just gonna spread this. This looks so yummy, so pretty. The amount of curd on here, of course, would be to taste. You certainly could add more on yours. This is very flavorful and very tangy, so a little of this goes a long way. So I will be perfectly happy with this amount. That's it. So I cut a piece out. Look how pretty this looks. That curd has just a beautiful shine on it. Now I'm going to show you how I'm going to garnish it. I made some whipped cream earlier today. If you check out the video on the screen, this will show you how to make whipped cream in 3 to 4 minutes using cream, powdered sugar, and vanilla. It is such a nice complement to this dessert, or any dessert really. I'm going to go ahead and just put a nice little bit on here, like that. And then I just cut up some little pieces of lemon wedge. And look at that. Now it's time to have a piece. This cream cheese layer is really, really creamy. It's just lightly sweetened with lemon. The lemon curd on top is amazing. You know, this dessert is made in a 13 by 9 dish, and yet this is absolutely elegant. You have to try this. The recipe's in the description below. I'm encouraging you. You must try this one. Check out my playlist for other recipes, and I certainly hope to see you back in another video. Thanks for joining me.